What is up, guys? So we are back at the range with the Live Free Armory Apollo 11, which I will pull out of the bag in a moment. But this is the target I'm going to start out shooting at, and it skews the target. It's a little wrinkled because I had it rolled up in the car, and it won't flatten out for me. So with that being said, I am shooting this video with my phone because my GoPro decided not to work today, and I don't know what happened because I remember charging it last night and it does not want to cooperate this morning. So here we are at the range anyway, and I'm going to do the best I can with what I have. And we're going to start out shooting some either Monarchs or some Blazer Blasts or Blazer Brass. Totally fumbled that. And then I'll throw some of these Jacketed Hollow Point Defense 147s in there. And we will see if it will feed these rounds, because if you've been following the channel, you know that my Live Free Armory was having some issues when I first got it, and I had to send it back to Live Free Armory. We have it back now, and we're going to test it out, and hopefully it runs. All right, now I'm not sure if this video went up prior. All right, got some other people on the range, so it's a little loud in here, but I was saying I'm not sure if this video went up prior to my last video, where I was simply testing out the functionality of the Live Free Armory, which we will pull out here. All right. And doing that testing, once I got it back, we'll verify clear here. Let me verify clear. All right, so we got a lock back, check the chamber, nothing in there. So the original issue was the trigger worked fine, if you recall. The problem was whenever you inserted a mag, the gun would not fire because the actual bow on the trigger was bumping up against the magazine. So we have the Live Free Armory magazine here, which we will put in here first, and then a second a checkmate mag that I can get it to zoom. You see it says checkmate on there, so we'll put that one out. And the second two magazines we'll shoot are going to be Duramags. These are the Springfield Prodigy mags. So we got two of those, so we'll put those out as well and see how they all function. All right, so first we have the Live Free Armory magazine in here, and if you watch the previous video, if I've even uploaded it, which I'm not sure at this point, if I will. But with the Live Free Armory magazine inserted, as you see, it fires fine. Now we've inserted one of the Springfield Prodigy Duramags, and again, fires fine. Now I did have an issue with the Checkmate magazine that I purchased, and I'll show you real quick what was happening with that one. So for some reason, when I put that Checkmate mag in here, I'm having a similar issue that I was originally having with the gun. And when the magazine's inserted and the grip safety is completely depressed. So I don't want to hear anybody saying, oh, you're not pressing the grip safety. I am pressing the grip safety. No matter what angle I grab it, the Checkmate mag is just not functioning. And I'll show. All right, so I did clean and oil the gun really well. That's buttery smooth, man. So we'll get the magazines loaded up, and we'll get the first shots down range, and hopefully it's a success. So we got the first mag in here. We're going to start off with the Live Free Armory magazine that came with the gun. We're going to go 7 yards. All right, first magazine down, and that felt pretty good. That grouping was not great though, but it felt good. Some of that is just kind of to the gun, obviously. So it's 7 yards. That is pretty terrible. On this next mag, we'll try to get a little and try one of the spring magazines. Same thing, 7 yards. This thing is really smooth, man. I love it. All right. One thing that I'm finding weird is that I don't have a defined target, which I think is part of the issue with my grouping, because I'm shooting at a space and not a defined target, if that makes sense. But overall, I will say that the gun is very smooth. Return to zero is pretty damn good, and recoil is super manageable. It feels like a 1911 or 2011 should. So let's take a look at this second group here with the mag here, and that is what we're looking at there. Again, that group is pretty damn terrible, in my opinion. We are getting used to the gun, getting used to the trigger. So sometimes that happens. So we'll see if it smooths out. I'm going to put another magazine through here. Probably won't video this one. And then once I get some test shots in, feel for the grip and all that, we'll come back, load up the magazines, and then we'll shoot another box here. Okay, I had to stop shooting there for a second because I wanted to get video. But I have a failure to feed here. I was cycling through a round off camera, and we got a failure to feed. So try to get it. Give me a second. I was able to work that out. And pretty much what I'm finding. So I was able to work it out. And pretty much what I'm finding is that for some reason with the Prodigy, it's locking back with 1 round left. And then it locks back again after all the rounds are gone. So we'll keep testing it out. All right, so we got all 3 mags loaded up again, so we're going to test them out, see how they function. I did notice 2 times that I shot the Prodigy magazines that it locked back with 1 round left in the magazine, which was a little bit weird, and then I got a failure to feed. So we'll see if that happens again, but we'll keep testing and breaking this gun in. Which is pretty typical for any 1911, 2011, double stack, 1911, whatever you want to call it. It's pretty standard for those. We're at probably about 70 plus rounds after these 3 mags. The overall goal today is to get to 150, maybe 200. So we'll see how that goes. All right, we're going to start off with one of the Prodigy mags. That action is so smooth. I wish there was a way for me to really, show how smooth it is. But you have to take my word for it. We didn't fire on it. I don't know what to do. And then 1 round left again, and yeah, see, it did not feed that round. And if you look, the actual slide is locked, so it's actually locking back with 1 round left. And then fired that round and locked back again. It's a good practice in. I'm going to actually take this down, and I'm going to do the final shot boxes with a new target. and we'll see what kind of groupings we get now that we've kind of familiarized ourselves with the gun a little bit. All right, new target is up, and again, it's still kind of wrinkled there because again, I had these folded up in the back of the car with all my other collection of targets, so it looks a little weird. But anyway, we're gonna put these two mags in here and see how those go, see how the groups go. Let's do the mag that came with the gun and see if we have any failures or locking issues. Only thing about being on the range with a lot of people, it's loud, and sometimes I have to wait to speak so it doesn't cover my sound. But at any rate, I was saying that it appears that it double fed or attempted to double feed, and that caused a malfunction. So we'll see if that happens again. I removed all the ammo, removed the mag, reinserted the mag, left it down in the chamber, and we'll see if maybe there was a me issue there. I don't know. So let's try it again. Hitting the wall and bang, but I overly anticipated that one, so that's going to be bad. I'm pulling the trigger down hard, and it's that is not good. And I'm letting it roll on this so you guys see exactly what I'm experiencing. Sometimes the trigger pulls fine, and sometimes it doesn't. And it kind of seems just like the previous issue where trigger ball is bumping the magazine or something. It's just not allowing me to fire consistently. And I'm dipping because I'm kind of anticipating that recoil, and it's so inconsistent. Oh, this is terrible. And this is the magazine that actually came with the gun. This is not a Prodigy magazine. This is the gun. I mean, the magazine that has Live Free Armory stamped on the side of it. So you can't say it's magazine related because this is their magazine. Yeah, this trigger is just now it seems like it double fed. As you saw, a round just popped out, and then there's a round in the chamber. So the problem now is the magazine is double feeding. That's causing the gun not to want to fire because it's double feeding. Man, I just can't get this thing to run reliably, and I'm really disappointed. All right. Oh my gosh, I am so pissed right now. And now we're having the same issue again. Oh my gosh. This is freaking nuts. I feel like it took 5 minutes to get through one magazine. Man, I'm getting pissed. All right, we're gonna try the Springfield magazine and see if we run into the same issue. Maybe it's a magazine issue, I don't know. Before I move on to the next magazine, I will show you the grouping here. So that's the group I just shot with the Live Free Armory magazine. And again, I had some flyers because I didn't know when the gun was going to shoot. So I was, trying to guess when it was going to actually fire or not. So I'm jerking the trigger. I'm anticipating recoil. I'm flinching. I'm doing a whole bunch of crap because I don't know when the fucking gun's going to go off. So, all right, let's shoot this Duramac. And see if we run into the same issue. I'm going to shoot at the red target this time. All right. That's a good sign. The Springfield magazine seemed to fire fine. I don't have the same issue with it trying to double feed or some weird issue with it loading the rounds. And I just realized that I was zoomed in, so probably did not even capture the shooting. But the Prodigy magazine actually fed fine all the way up until that last round. So the problem that I have with these mags is on the last round, it is locking back as if the magazine is empty. So I'm sure that has something to do with the follower. And anyway, other YouTubers have already talked about that, so I'm not going to dig too far into that. But outside of that, the mags run well. As far as I don't have any feeding issues or anything with the Prodigy magazines. With the Live Free Armory magazine, I am having that issue where it's sometimes double feeding. It didn't do that the first two magazines, but on that third magazine, it hung up every single time. So I'm not sure if it was just as I was loading the rounds in there, maybe the spring tension did something weird or something. So I'll load up one more magazine and I'll try this mag again, and we'll see if we still have that same problem. Loaded 15 in here. We'll try it out, see if it actually has any issues. First round, same issue. And it double fed. It double fed the round. So there's still one in the chamber, and it double fed. So this magazine has issues. Jeez, man. The Armory, I need you guys to get your shit together. And with that, I am done because I'm not going to keep going around with this magazine. I'm getting pissed, rightfully so. $1,000 gun, and they send me magazines that don't do what they're supposed to. So let me load up the same rounds in the Prodigy magazine and see if we have the same issue. So I'm doing this on camera so you can see that I'm putting the same rounds in here. It's not like I'm changing ammo. Like I said, the magazine from Live Free Armory just seems to keep double feeding, and that's actually causing some of the reliability issues. So that's not gun related. the only problem with Prodigy magazines, again, lock back with 1 round in the chamber. And then lock back properly after the last round was fired. So let's close up here, because that's going to be the end of my shooting for today, as I have had my share of disappointments today, and I will actually say that majority of the failures were not actually the gun. Now that we've ran through some tests, tried different magazines, one thing that we have learned is that a lot of the issues are magazine related and not the gun. Now that has nothing to do with the original issue I was having, because the trigger wouldn't even go back when you have the magazine inserted. So that's a totally separate issue. Now we don't have that issue, but whenever we use the lead-free Armory magazine, it's double feeding the rounds. That's its own issue. Again, with the Prodigy mags, it feeds the rounds fine, but when you get to the last round, it is locking back as if the magazine is empty. So with that being said, this is what our groups look like. This was the first group I shot, not bad. Again, I had some flyers because I was anticipating and other things we've already discussed, and this is what happened the last 2 magazines that I shot, where I got it to feed semi-decently. Here's what I've learned is that, again, we've already discussed the magazines, so that's going to be the primary issue. The gun itself is accurate. I mean, it shoots accurately. It seems to function fine. As long as you have good magazines that you can rely on, then you'll be fine. Now, I don't know if the gun is causing the magazine issue, and I'm not an expert on that, but just using some basic logic, if you're having multiple magazines that function fine and you have one magazine that doesn't, that to me points to the magazine and not the gun. So just for shits and giggles, I'm going to take this Checkmate mag that we talked about at the beginning of the video, and I'm going to attempt to get 5 rounds shot out of it, and we'll see if it even works, because the issue I was having with this one was the original issue, where it just wouldn't, the trigger wouldn't pull. And I think more to do with the trigger bow or something, sear spring or something like that, than the actual magazine. Well, you can't get it to fire. The trigger just won't pull.
Can you go get my target? No.
Yeah, sure. Let me just.
No. Go buy another one.
Yeah, it's just bumping up against that trigger bow. It won't pull. So no matter if you shift the magazine left or right, I mean forward or backwards,
You can control your fire.
yeah, it won't work with this Checkmate mag. But yeah, it's double every time, so it's not. Alright guys, as we sit right now, we are done, and I am going to leave this session again disappointed with my purchase here, and it's a little bit of the gun and a little bit of these magazines, more magazines than gun, but all in all, it's a bad experience, and it's gonna do with that information what you will. Until the next video, guys, take it easy, and thank you for spending some time with me and this experience with me.